Part two. Hi, guys. Welcome back. It's Tuesday. Nat has been back for a week now. We leave soon. We're in playoff hockey.
Right now, we're just predicting the future. But yes, so we did last Tuesday. You will see that we did a part one to this, and we're just loving this conversation so much that we added a part two, and we're just going to continue on.
Because the list is longer, and if you're in a rut, you need to listen to this. And I feel like this is so appropriate for the weather, the temperature, the time of year. Like, it's Rutville.
It's Rutville.
January, February, Rutville. January feels like it's been 75 months long. It just keeps going. So it's this Rutville time, and we're getting you out of your rut. Or we're gonna try to get.
We're gonna all do it together.
Are we? Yeah, we are. So this may be cheesy, but it's create a joy list. There's instructions on how to do this. Okay, because you want to encourage a sense of curiosity and creativity in your life. I wish we had paper. We could do this right now. Everybody, listen up. You're going to divide a piece of paper in half, lengthwise. That's this way, right? Fold it. Oh, no, that's this way. And on one side, list all the things that make you happy. These could be things from your childhood, like making a daisy chain, or things you do regularly, anything like getting your hair done, blow drying your hair, like all the things you love. Then on the other side, you're going to make a list of the things you're curious about, things you'd like to try but haven't. It may be something like a new food, exploring the city for food, getting a new career, getting art toys on your bookcase or in your house. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start to add some of the activities from both sides of your list into your daily life, especially the ones you're curious about. So when you're curious, start going into the curious bank and just try them. Just do it. And don't forget to keep adding to the list when you think of something. And then so at least you have an action. You're not just saying I'm in a rut and I don't know what to do. So if you make a list, I already know my list, part of my list of what I would want to try, and then you're gonna do it.
When I was before I was married, before I had a family, I would say kind of like more before Taylor came, I was really, really good at writing down like I was really big into The Secret. I was really big into manifesting. I used to write a lot of things down. I liked the tool of a spreadsheet, which is such a mix of me. It's like put it in an Excel spreadsheet, but make it a dream or a fantasy, right?
Because they wouldn't go together because one is so clinical and the other one is so fun.
Yeah.
But actually, that's what they're saying to do.
So I used to, be really into like, I knew when a new restaurant had come to the city. I always did those Winterlicious things, which is where you can get like,
I served you, not you, but I served you people.
Yeah.
It was water and $35 price.
Yeah.
$35 for that. That's what used to be for a price fixed menu.
Yeah. So you got like a starter, main meal, and a dessert. And I would, because, didn't have like a lot of money. And so I would go and I would get to try all these restaurants. And I had an Excel spreadsheet and I would put all the restaurants I wanted to try. And you better believe the morning that I would come back to work, if I had tried it, I would go and cross it off so that I could see what I had.
Your progression.
I also used to do that with like money savings. I'd be like, by this month, I want to have this much in my bank account. And then I would like check it off when I got there. And then I said the month that I want to get pregnant, when I'd have the baby, when I'd get pregnant the next time. And it was like all written out. Like,
I don't do that anymore.
So I don't do it anymore. And I think I said that someone said to me, maybe you don't need to do it. It's because you're content where you are. And I was like, it sounds like it was insightful because I guess so many of the things that I always wanted, I have. And I really want to like dip back into like the bank of, because I think that when you like set goals and then you achieve them, even if they're like to go and do anything.
Excuse me, do you know how excited I get when I get to cross off? You know, when you do a recipe online now, you can cross the box and it crosses it off like you've added it in.
What do you mean?
So like if you're like baking muffins, and you're like following a recipe, you can like click the box that you put it in. Timber.
What box? Where?
Like online. So it'll
show. Where are you getting these recipes?
Like online, and then you'll like click. It'll be click you click that you put it in, and then it crosses it off.
I don't understand.
You don't. So let's say you're like reading, like, because she doesn't follow recipes. So just sit here with me for a second. So let's say you're baking muffins.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 cups of flour.
Where are you finding the recipe?
Online.
But just like you're just Googling it.
Yeah.
Because you find the recipe. Okay. I just don't know where it's crossing off and keeping track.
So okay. Really? I'm going to show you. Guys, watch this. I'm going to blow her mind right now.
If she was on Pinterest, I would understand.
No. Let's just say I'll show you my favorite, Chloe's. Oh, no, it's actually not. Chloe's favorite cooking site is called Preppy Kitchen.
Yeah, I know the Preppy Kitchen, but
okay, I'm going to show you.
So you could be on 500 different sites and it crosses off and tracks it in the same place.
I mean, no, it goes like this. If they have it, so let's just say we're gonna make brownie truffles. Okay, so we go down. Whoa, I have the recipe. So we go down all the way to the recipe because they make it so tricky to find. You have to go to the very bottom.
Yeah.
Then when you're cooking,
don't you ever have that thing that says skip to the recipe?
Okay, but here, see here. Okay, watch this. So you're like, oh, I need a double boiler. I got that.
Oh.
I need a stand mixer. Oh, I have it. One pan.
Oh, so the ingredients and the steps, but not the recipe.
Oh, the recipe too. You go down and then you can cross off what you put in. Well, this one's got
so ingredients. You're crossing off ingredients.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand.
So
I understand.
2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate. Check.
I thought you meant like once you're done that recipe,
No.
it remembers the history of getting something done.
No, you just know if you put it in, but to see the thing you've done, it's so sad because I never used to do it, but Chloe does it. And I'm like, oh, I love that. It's a line. So I'm saying when you write it down and cross it off, there's something very satisfying about it. Yes.
So I've been feeling for a lot of years that like
that was a moment.
I was like, what are we talking about? I understand now. To dip in and dream of the future, because there hasn't been anything, that I feel like
inspiring.
But I feel like there's nothing that you can't achieve when you really you can actually like taste it, feel it, think about it, and obsess over it. It's like there's so much going on that there isn't time for that idle dreaming time.
Okay. Well, tell me something you want to do.
No, I mean, that's the thing is I like to dig deep into what that is. I would need to spend time there.
Okay.
And I'm spending my time just, going through life and then taking little breaks from the busy life. Where instead of spending time in your thoughts, not in a meditation kind of way, but in your thoughts and dreams.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You at one point you wanted to do more dinner parties.
Yeah,
that was a thing for you.
You
were like, you wanted to make. You used to do them. Gosh, you used to set the table. You used to like do tablescapes. You used to do like.
I know, and I'm thinking right now, would I want to do more of that right now? Because I know that there's times that I did.
That was like.
I used to love it. I used to like collect different kinds of like dishware just for dinner parties, like different shapes of stuff. In this moment, I don't feel passionate about that.
I love that for you. That's great. You moved on.
Maybe it's just I cannot logistically figure out how that would work.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what else used to be like, I want to do more of. Well, obviously go try new restaurants. That was the thing that you just said again.
The passion for, you know what?
What?
The passion for food is less. That's one of the problems because I used to watch the Food Network all the time. I used to obsess over recipes and cookbooks. I used to love to cook. I still love to cook.
Children really ruined it.
Yeah.
It's become a job. It's maybe when they move out.
Yeah, I think so.
You will have.
Yes, I think
because
so.
really dinner's a chore. Like food's a chore. Let's be honest. Food is a fucking chore. And if you maybe had I think if we didn't do anything, you would cook a lot more.
I think so too.
Like if we were just at home.
Yeah.
Not just. If we were at home and didn't have anything else, you would 100% you would probably have capacity to make meals, breakfast, lunch. Like it would become more of a job.
Like how my mom does it for a job.
Yeah. It would be, you go get the groceries, you get the recipes, you get you would do the things. You'd cut them out. You used to cut them out.
Yeah.
And you used to want to save them and try them.
When I think about having a dinner party, you know what I think about too?
The dishes.
Yeah, the mess after.
I know. That's why I love a backyard. I can throw a hot dog
Yeah.
at you, then take a hot dog.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'll feed you.
Mm.
I'm not gonna feed you.
Mhm.
I don't care what it looks like.
Mhm.
Have fun. I'll
Mhm.
make you a great cocktail.
Mhm.
Sit.
You'll give me a bowl of chips and I'll love it.
Yeah.
Everyone likes chips just as much as they like a fancy like charcuterie
I
board,
think
just so
that's
you know.
why I like the backyard, because I feel like there's no expectations, because people often come and then just don't leave,
Yeah, it's
rather
just
than
casual.
having a thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, come over. I hate when the neighbors come over, any of them. I'm like, don't bring me
Mhm.
anything. Don't dress up, and don't, like, this is not a thing.
Yeah.
Like, just come in.
Yeah.
We're not doing this where when we go to people's houses, we have to like do a thing. No. We are just gonna make it
But
in
then
and
your
out.
partner is like, can't handle
I always bring something.
the
I'm like this.
or no, the off the cuff. You know what I mean? Because he's like, wait, if we're gonna have people, I need to.
I just don't tell him.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
In the summertime, especially, it's great.
And then just give him cocktails, so he's like,
Yeah, I was like, oh, people are. I like maybe actually often when you have a pool, everyone knows it's just like you never know. Just you never know.
Mhm.
People just pop in. Like it
Mhm.
really is just you never know, because very rarely I'm like, well, let's have a party. Although he's like, he always wants to have a party. You know, he loves to have parties. Not really though, but kind of sometimes. We're back to the list. Understand where a habit starts. Fed up, following the same habits. According to experts, a lot of our habits are born out of stress, boredom, fear of tiredness. And once you can recognize why you behave in a certain way, you can make steps to change it. This is when you get out of your rut. You have to recognize that that's what we talk, your habit. Why do we do what we do?
Mhm.
For me, a lot of it is like, I'm gonna be tired.
Mm.
I'm horrible tired. I'm a horrible human. Although I can rally, just I can't think about it.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
habit.
It's the thinking. It's just like all the things that people just do. I'm envious of the people who can just do something with not thinking about the logistics and the aftermath.
I know.
If you could just be so spontaneous that you're just like, I'm just
Fuck
gonna fuck it. And I love the people who are like, I mean, who cares? Like, so YOLO. Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
I think also money is a huge thing.
I think so
Like
too.
if
Yeah.
we could because I think if I had unlimited funds, I think I would have a different YOLO
Yeah, I
outlook.
agree.
And I feel like that definitely the money stress is real.
Yeah.
And the habit of money
Mhm.
is a problem,
I agree,
because
yeah.
it isn't like I even think of going out to eat when I'm
Yes.
like, oh, try new things, and I'm like, it is so expensive
Yes.
to go from the cab to the Uber
Yep.
to the even you can't find parking.
It can
And
be
then
like a
just
$500 night.
Easy.
Easy.
Even if I go just with my husband and I, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna go, and our bill's gonna be $300 just for one or two drinks and food.
Yeah.
And I'm not exaggerating. In Toronto, not
No.
even fancy places. You sit down to eat, and you are looking at
Mhm.
everything is so
Everything's
expensive,
so expensive.
and that is a stress. Like
Yeah.
even we were talking about like steaks.
Oh,
They're like $30 a
I
steak,
don't
you
know
guys,
what
in
is that.
Toronto.
I don't even know how this happened.
$30. They used to be like $14.99, which I thought was expensive. And then
Yeah.
I used to get them because I would get like I would just get them day of. I don't
Mhm.
want to freeze them in case they don't so I get them day of. And I remember when you're like, they are so expensive. And the next time I went, so that one time it wasn't, the next time I went, I was like,
I
this
know.
is double.
I was having
This is
I know. I
double.
was having a conversation with your husband about it, and he's like, "Well, you have that deep freeze because back in the day, we bought like we like to call it buy a farm, but basically you buy meat for the whole year, basically buy a cow and all different cuts, and then you keep it in the deep freeze. But I hated the space the deep freeze took up in my house.
Yeah.
But I did love it anytime having all the meat that I ever wanted. It's expensive in the beginning, but it's got to be way cheaper than buying an individual steak.
Especially when the prices go up. Like I don't mean to. This sounds so old, but I am telling you, like eggs, everything is just. I'm like,
How much is like 12 eggs?
well, anything from like $4.99 to $9.99 depends if you get the omega in.
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
it's no longer like $1.99.
Yeah, and we have to get the whole thing like the 24 eggs because everyone eats eggs and there's 6 people. So
Milk, everything is berries like $9.99
I
for like a pint
know.
of berries. If I find them for $4.99, I'm like, load up. It is.
And when I was in Costa Rica, because a lot of the grocery stores are accommodating like tourists, if you have like a tomahawk steak, it's expensive, but we found out where the butcher was and we got these, which would be probably the size, maybe they would be like $150 each in Toronto. They were $22.
No, I do understand the habits, but also the habits are real when you
I
when
know.
you can't afford everything. Like
It's
I
like-
would love to go out for dinner every Friday night.
Yeah, it's exactly it.
But I would rather save and
It is
even ordering in right now.
Mhm.
makes me want to vomit
Mhm.
because when I see the bill for
Mhm.
what I'm getting,
Mhm.
I'm like, actually, I can make you butter noodles
I know.
and throw a salad, and you'd be just as happy than if I got you cold food that you're gonna eat half of.
Yeah.
Like I'm just sort of over. I'm over the what we're getting for what we're spending.
Which really sucks for like the and someone was saying, when I was out that Friday night, I said, we were talking something. Oh, there was a lot of Door Dashers and
And
Uber
how
Eats
did you
people coming
how
in.
did you split your bill?
So the lady, you put it under the kid's name.
Yeah,
They
okay.
do it like hockey
Yeah.
tournaments, and she just knew
How
it.
much was your bill?
I didn't look. Mark paid it,
I'm so curious.
but he only TJ ate, and then maybe we had like 3 drinks. So I feel like it's not an expensive place,
Okay.
luckily. But this Uber Eats and DoorDash were coming in a lot into the restaurant and getting, because it's like a wing place. And I said something, and the guy said, he goes, I really don't like those things. And I'm like, why? It's so convenient. He goes, because for everyone that's doing that, they're not doing this. They're not out with friends. They're not experiencing it.
They could have friends over.
They could have friends over. Yeah. Oh, they could have friends over for sure. But a lot of people just don't go out anymore because it is. And hi. Do you like this conversation? Or you like, don't go out? Just look right at me. I know what he meant in that moment, because so often you'll be like, it's too expensive to go out, so I don't go out, and then you don't get the
Dude.
what?
This is undone.
What's undone? Oh God, I thought there was like an animal there.
No. It's just unplugged. I don't know when she did it. I understand.
I knew what he meant, because what he was saying was like,
Let's do more of this in real life.
That's what he was saying, is let's do more of this.
Huh.
And those are the couple that's always encouraging people to like, hey, do you guys want to do this and do that? And I bet so often people are like, no.
Yeah, I do think that we do have to acknowledge that for some, even if they have littler kids and a hire babysitter and then
Yep.
go out, I don't think even people who have more money,
Mhm.
they talk about it. They're like, to walk out the door,
Mhm.
I'm looking at $80 for a babysitter, because babysitters are now $20 an hour, and then I'm looking at XYZ.
Yeah.
It is something that we have to consider when we're looking at a rut. I'm going to just acknowledge that sometimes we can acknowledge the habit, but I do think that for me the backyard is it's a different pace of the winter.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
when that opens, it's a different life, and I have
Yeah.
a whole different area, and I think that's why when you take time and spend time in your backyard, it does change up the routine of always being 12 months a year
Yeah.
in the same.
My husband's really good at like sitting outside in the back.
Yeah.
I am not. I don't.
Also have allergies.
I just like, there's like things that drop, and there's birds and bugs, and like it's too lush. My backyard is too lush.
It is like a jungle.
Yeah, there's like trees and grass, and it's lush. And I
Yeah.
prefer like more of a cement backyard like yours.
A cement, yeah.
And
cement.
then landscaping.
and then landscaping around it.
Because landscaping, I feel like less gross things live in it.
Less gross things live in it. I just want. Oh, Natalie, we really. I don't know why that one's not going on. Sorry if it sounds a little off today, you guys. My dog decided to step on the talking thing, and she has cancer, or had cancer, but has 5 years to live, so we have to be gentle with her. We can't get mad at her.
We're not going to give her a spanking for.
We can't get mad at her.
We all need to forgive this audio.
5 years.
5 years.
5 years. And everyone's like, that's so sad. I'm like, but she will be 11.
I really would like Tess to go the same day she goes.
Okay, well, we can talk about that. Number 10, replace a bad habit. The key to change. So we talked about habits before, and like creating these habits that like we get stuck in the rut of being, which is so true. Like Friday night, you did something different. You're like, that felt good. Doing something different. Replace a bad habit. The key to changing your routine is to substitute one action with another. So if you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through Instagram while you're cooking dinner, replace it with a different action. Perhaps you could flick through a magazine or listen to an audiobook instead, or put on music. It kind of goes into what we were talking about yesterday too on Monday's podcast. Last week, is replacing that habit that they all do, which we all do on Instagram, with something different, but being mindful about, okay, I'm going to replace this habit of when I'm cooking dinner. I'm just like, because the ruts happen when you do the same thing over and over and over again, but they bring you no purpose. So how can you?
I walked into a house yesterday, and I've only walked into the front of the house twice.
Okay.
And she had a candle on, and the house is kind of big, so I was surprised that the candle was giving such a nice fragrance.
Yeah.
And she had music on, and I just felt like the energy of your home and I'd never walked past the front, but I just feel like it's interesting, you know?
Yeah.
I saw something
Did you go home
hanging.
and put a candle on?
Well, I have my new candle, the same one, and I especially when Chloe bought a candle and she said,
Smells like Natalie.
"Smells like Natalie's house." I've had the same like brand of candles for so long, and right after Chloe said that, I was given a gift of that same candle because I guess my husband had told my mother-in-law that I thought like it was the biggest candle ever, and I had two of them. They were finally done. I got the new one, and so now I light it because I actually do like that smell. Um, and it was kind of nice. And it was when I just felt a good energy in her home, and I was like, you got a good thing going on in here, you know?
Yeah.
And I did see an interesting piece of art or something
Sex
hanging.
swing?
No, I was just like, I feel like these people like they've got a vibe. That's nice.
That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have that too. Get in your. They don't seem like they're in a rut.
Who are those people?
Yeah.
I don't know actually. I don't know if they are or not.
Should we call them?
Yeah, but yeah, I've got the candle, and Mark's always got music playing, which is great. And when he's not playing it, Teddy plays it. The two of them are in control of the Sonos. Although I don't like rap.
No.
Don't like rap.
No.
I don't like hard rap, and I don't like swearing in my music.
No.
No, just putting it out there.
Well, when it's background music. Like I don't mind when the kids are listening to it on the thing in the outside in the backyard on the trampoline. I don't mind that.
Hard rap?
I don't mind that, but I don't like when I'm like trying to talk and have conversations and it's like going or hard rock when my husband's listening to it and I'm like, can you stop? That hurts my head. Like literally, I can't hear what you're saying because the guitar solo was too long. Like the guitar solo is just no, and their voice. No, I can't do that. Stop it. This is a tricky one, guys, and I wonder if any of us are going to be able to do it. But cut out your triggers. What is it that makes you fall into negative or repetitive habits? Often it's a trigger. You might associate sitting on your sofa with reaching for the remote and turning on the TV. So if every Friday night you hate watching TV because you wish you were doing something different, change the habit. Don't go and do that. They're like, break out of your routine by reducing your exposure to these prompts. They're like, also, if you go and turn on the TV and then you get on your phone, so you have one phone and one thing, that you probably, and if you don't like that, realize, just acknowledge you don't like that. What's making you not like that? And then don't do that.
I definitely like my current habit that I actually don't like. It's like I'm
Blockbuster.
Yeah, I'm getting satisfaction.
Yeah.
And I like the challenge, but I don't like doing it. I think I'm going to do it for a little bit today, and then I'm getting rid of it.
Says the addict. I'm going to do just a little bit.
And then I'm
what don't you like about it?
I don't like
it's a trigger for you, by the way.
I don't like the way how it seems to waste time. I think it wastes too much time that I could be doing something else. I don't think it does.
It's kind of like smoking.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't bring you much.
It doesn't bring me much.
It just kind of takes. It takes and takes and takes without bringing.
And
you're addicted.
Yeah. And I finally reached a goal that I wanted to. And I was talking with another mom, like I got there, I think like 2 days ago, I reached a goal and I sent it to her. And I was like, I didn't, when I got there to the score, I didn't even realize I got there. And then I saw, it was like, you've reached a new goal. I was like, wow, I even forgot about why I was doing this. And then you get a new goal and then you just want to reach further. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't.
Isn't it crazy? I don't have it on my phone. I've never played. I have no interest.
And I am completely influenced by the kids. I mean, I think that every parent that has it because their kids do it. So I was like, well, if you guys are doing that, I want to do it. So we can because they're all talking about it. I want to do what you're doing so I can talk about what you're doing. And then they'll be like, oh, can I have your phone? Hey, mom, you get to the first 5,000 and then we'll trade the phone and then I'll get to the next 5,000 and we'll do it like teamwork. And it's like, it seems like it's fun, but really it's stealing my time.
And I think that if you realize what you could be doing in that time, you'd probably like that better.
Yeah. And actually when I'm watching TV, I do it. But I wish I was just watching the TV.
Can you do that anymore?
Yeah. Like sometimes I just leave the phone so that I can just like watch the thing.
I've never really loved TV, you know that. Like TV's like I've never liked TV. I don't love TV. I love series. I love certain series, but I don't overall. I'm liking the sound of sports right now. I've told you this. I like the sound that goes on. I like it's happy. Because it's.
Oh my gosh, they're always talking about great stuff. They're never going to be like, they don't get in fights.
Although I did feel sad for that quarterback yesterday, and I saw his face having to do like the one that lost to Kansas City.
I was at a hockey game.
It just was so sad, and he
Mhm.
had to go and talk to the people, and I'm
Mhm.
like, what went wrong? He has lost to this guy 4 times. He wants to. It's like we didn't get it done. Why? Fuck, he just wants to be like,
I love that they analyze like how it didn't work out, but you watch a lot of sporting games and it's like,
luck.
yeah.
Like,
So they got that goal. Like when a team is really close in a game, like let's say it's a basketball game and they're like back to back, back to back. I'm like, nobody's actually better than each other here. It's just who's going to get that one 3-pointer that pushes it over
and
and
I
they
think
win.
that's what he was saying. He's like, they just got it done.
Mhm.
Like we didn't get it done.
But I like how they take it so personally. It's like, no, it's just, it was often it's timing too.
Yeah, timing, and like it's the most rare thing that never
Mhm.
happens, and that's why my husband loves sports. He's like, because you never, there's no guarantees. Like you
Mhm.
can't. There's always room. There's always mistakes. No one's
Mhm.
ever not gonna have a mistake. So when
Mhm.
parents go crazy when their kids like make a mistake,
Mhm.
dude, have you seen like people in the playoffs who are like about to go into like the final? This is what they dream of, and they whiff the puck or whatever. Like
Mhm.
it's called live sports. It's what happens.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees. So I think that I
Sorry, speaking of live TV, TJ turns over to me, goes, yesterday at my other kid's game, he goes, Mom, I'm really liking his comedy lately. By the
yeah,
way.
he's funny kid.
Mom, I'm gonna tell you something, but you can't tell anybody. And I thought he was gonna tell me something really serious.
Yeah.
You know, hockey, it's all fake. We're all acting. And when we're in the locker room before, we're actually talking about this one's gonna get the goal. This one is gonna get
Oh,
the
like
penalty.
wrestling.
Like wrestling.
Wrestling.
And he's like, but Mom, don't tell anybody that, but everything is already planned. I go, oh shit, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life. And I love you for saying that because you sat there and you thought about that. And that's the kind of shit I would think about.
Yeah. And I was like, I actually think right now.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
just told you.
Yes.
Really
yes.
mind fuck.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a meeting before this meeting.
They planned for you to say that to me.
So they're in on what I already know. But I'm so glad you've learned early that someone's up there. Good for you.
You're catching on, cutie.
Yeah, just wait till the aliens take you. It's gonna be real good.
Well, you know, they say that, like, I guess I don't know what's happening in the news, but that, like, sometimes they're like, we want to open up some of the, like, the cases or, like,
oh, yeah, they want to open all the files. Everything
open
is
the files.
open.
And then people are like, when do we get the alien
aliens.
file? Because we know there's so much in there. When are you going to open that up for us? When?
They're going to open it real soon, I bet. Or unless they are going to take over the aliens. I'm not sure what's going on in the world. But you know what I'm taking from this? Also, if you're hearing this and you're someone who's like, you know, another Friday night, I'm in the house and everyone's got a life but me, do something about it. Like,
yeah.
This is what they're telling you. You actually can actionably take control over what you don't like and do something about it. Don't wait for the person to call you. Call them.
Mm-hmm.
Go out. Make what you want to have happen. I think that's what this whole thing is about, is like writing down what brings you joy, what you're curious about, and then stop putting your own barriers in and do the thing.
And it's never too late, and all you have to do is just and the first few times you do it, it's going to be hard, and it can be exhausting, and it's going to be weird. It's not going to feel right, but you keep doing it. And by the way, if you think you want something and then you go and you do it, like you try it 5 times and then you decide you actually I thought that would really bring me joy, but it's not, ditch it, go to the next one.
Yeah, at least you found out.
Yeah.
You don't have to wonder and beat yourself up about not doing that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because at some point, if I go try a new restaurant, it's bad and I pay for it, I'm pissed.
Oh, my mom went out to dinner 2 nights ago and she goes, it was the worst. I'm like, what a fucking wish. She was never going back there. I go, you know what's funny? I've been there like 4 times and I've actually always liked it. She's like, never again. I'm like, what a waste. You finally get off your ass.
I know where it is.
No.
Not the new one down there.
No.
Oh shit. But I'm kind of like I kind of want to go to the same place because I know I'm going to get good food. If I'm going to go out, I want to pay for something I like. I don't want to go to somewhere and be like, oh, fucking ducktail. I don't want ducktail.
That's why you always perv the menu first.
Yeah, it's true. But we try a lot of new things. You and me always go out, so I don't have that. When we travel, I don't feel.
No, we're lucky that we get to go to a new city and then we get to like research what restaurants are in here and then go and try it.
Yeah, we get to go do. That's a bucket that is very full.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like we haven't eaten.
Like we ate a fucking olive that popped air into our mouth, and
that restaurant
so
came
weird.
and went.
Yeah.
It was black ice food.
I'm so hungry.
What was it called? Like
it was
everything was vapor, like dry ice.
Yeah,
Everything
kinda
was
like
dry
that.
ice. Like
Yeah.
you eat it and it just like there was nothing
It
there.
just, like, popped in your mouth with, like, smoke, but there was a flavor that was left behind.
So basically, it was astronaut food. We paid
Oh,
really a lot,
gas oh, yeah. It was astronaut food, totally.
and you just paid a lot of money for astronaut food that you were never. I'm hungry
I'd
still.
actually like to try that again, although I've never heard of them again because 'cause I'm sure everyone's like, I'm hungry."
Where's the fucking McDonald's French fries that
Mhm.
I'm looking for? Guys, thanks for joining us. I feel like we covered a lot, and I feel like we solved a
Mm.
lot of problems today. You're
Mm.
welcome. I'm joking, but I like that. I like those. I like that you can do something. I like
Mhm.
that we've covered a rut, and
Mm.
then we're gonna go and execute it. Can't wait.
And
Although
you and I have already started.
arches and restaurants,
Let's go.
I'm gonna really think about what else there is.
It's there.
I know. I'm gonna think. Curious. Get curious about what you want.
Yeah.
Travel. I want to leave. Travel. I like for fun. I know. I miss it. Me too. The like fun places. Yeah, I know we do. I know.
I know. Yes. And not have to worry about the budget. Bye, guys.